I recently read the first 4 books of Apocalypse Parenting by Erin Ampersand. The 5th book is not out yet, so otherwise I would have read that one as well. I enjoyed the series quite a lot. One nice thing is that the main hero is not your typical farm boy turned, reluctant king or whatever. It's a mom with 3 little kids, ages 3, 6, and 9. And her husband is away on a business trip when the apocalypse hits. Earth is invaded by alien monsters set up by aliens who have turned Earth into an arena. There's a whole backstory there, and I won't get into that. It's litRPG. People have to level up, get superpowers to fight these monsters, and something like 95% of Earth's population is scheduled to die in these challenges. And only the strong will survive, of course. And this mom is just devastated because, here she is alone, and obviously her kids, even if they do become super powerful children, she still has to be their mother. She's kind of helped along by a really creepy children's toy that becomes an AI, which was a good part of the fun in this novel. The thing is called Pointy, and it's her 3-year-old daughter's toy. And it's very disparaging towards humanity, and there's all kinds of reasons for that. It's just an interesting interaction between this mom and Pointy. One of the best things about the character of Meghan, which is the mother, she uses her mom skills not only on her kids, but on the post-apocalyptic people around her. In this kind of situation, people are desperate, they're starving to death, they're being murdered right and left. And so people in desperate situations start to act a little bit like animals. In other words, like children. And so her mom skills come into play in all kinds of really interesting and clever ways, where she's put into these kind of trolley problem challenges by the aliens, where it's some kind of horrific moral dilemma. The aliens designed it so that the people will murder each other. And Meghan has to find a way to get them to team up and work together in order to get as many people to survive as possible so that she and her children can get stronger. And she does that in pretty clever ways. And people have described this series as kind of being on the edge of competency porn, and I would say there's some truth to that. I like that. That's the strength of the series, is that this character, Meghan, and her weird, creepy AI sidekick, Pointy, they're pretty clever. For me, the detriment of this series is that it's a little too cozy for my tastes, and I think that's just a factor of alien monsters that can't even murder 3 little children. It's hard to believe the tension after a while. And I'm not saying I want to see children murdered, of course not. But, if you want to have high stakes in a book series, it seems like the main character should take some major losses. And she does, there are some losses going on. I just think that the losses are maybe a little too few and far between. I'm not going to rag on that too much. It's just a great series. It's very intelligently written. I highly recommend it.